Hey everyone, welcome back to The Hidden Brick, where today we're doing part 2 of the build of the LEGO Nexo Knights Axles Tower Carrier. This is how far we made it in part 1. Check it out if you missed it. There's a link down below. If you've already seen it, then you're awesome. We're moving on to the next bag. It is bag number 3. And we're basically continue building the tower carrier. So I'm guessing this is the tower. And now we're going to actually build the carrier portion of it. So we have 2 bags of small parts. It looks like we're going to build a couple more minifigures. Beginning with one of the villains. This is Ash Attacker. He has some shoulder protection. The villains in this series don't have much armor on other than their shoulders. And some of them have helmets. This guy is one of those that has a helmet. And it's this crazy rock looking helmet with some orange spikes coming out the side, or horns. Looks very evil. And his weapon is a very jagged blade. So that's his weapon of choice. So that is the Ash Attacker minifigure. Move him off to the side. Now we have 2 of the axle bots. And these axle bots are identical. So go ahead and kind of try to build them both at the same time. So these axle bots have, or I guess the Nexo Knight bots, they're all kind of the same. They just have slightly different color scheme. But they have this kind of rubbery plastic shoulder piece that I'm putting on now. And like I said, they've come in different colors based on which character they're associated with. And then additionally they have a printed 1x1 tile that goes on their chest. So you can see he has the identical tile. Their hands are simply just these bars with the clip on the end. Nothing too fancy or unique. And they slide real easy in that rubbery plastic piece. And then they have the heads. The heads are double printed. So I put one on each one of them, so you can kind of see the difference. So one of them has the missing tooth smile, the other one kind of has a straight face. You can see when I turn it around that they are truly double printed heads. And they do wear a helmet, so it hides that back printed face. So you don't really know that it's double printed. And it actually hides the eyes too. I mean, you see the eyes, but you can't tell which face it is with the helmet on. All you see is the eyes. Alright. So there's our 2 axle bots. Okay, so we are ready to continue this build. We're going to begin with a red Technic brick. Put some Technic pins on here. So the carrier is going to begin with this sturdy Technic construction. There's a lot of these 1x3 plates. 3 holes, put that in there. And this side we skip 1 hole, put it in. Alright, so we kind of see how that's coming together. Now we have this large plate that came in a separate bag in the box that was unnumbered. It was just a bag of large parts. So the instructions did call out for me to pull that out when I opened this bag. But I actually had that bag kind of right off to the side. It's already open, so I just grabbed it whenever we needed it. Got some slopes, another plate, and a yellow plate here. Couple jumper tiles, cheese slope, tile, sloped brick. Turn it over, a 1x6 plate. Turn it back around, and this attaches right there. Move that to the side. Looks like we're gonna repeat some of these steps in a mirrored fashion for the other side. So you can see we're just kind of starting off like we did before. So far this is pretty much identical to the other side. So we have that done. Bring this over, attach those pieces right on top of that. And now we have some wedge plates. This will slowly start to hold everything together. And we have studs. So we have these light bluish gray studs. Kind of I mean they're there for a purpose, but right now it feels like they're just kind of in random little spots. Okay, there's 2 bricks with little click hinge connectors on the end. Those both go there. And some long light bluish gray plates. On each side we have 2 of these bricks with a clip on the side. Alright, put that down for a second. Have a little sub build. Plates with clips. I forget what these are called. I call them like Z-shaped, even though they're not really like a Z. But that's one that I just dropped. I have to build 2 of the same thing. So I'll pick that other one up here in a minute. Another Z-shaped piece. Another one of those bars. Okay. this over. Each one goes on each side. I think I'm at a point where I can kind of just set this on the desk and kind of start stacking stuff on top of it. Let's see, we have 3 of these profile bricks. And it looks like we're making 2 more of that same little element, but without the Z-shaped plate brick combo. Plate, 2 more profile bricks. Actually, what I'm going to do is put these on first because the profile bricks go right next to them. So rather than try to guess where they go, put that on, and then this will go right next to it. There we go. Now we have 1x3 bricks. 1x8s, and a 1x4 plate. Okay, next we have a little Technic build. We have this little crankshaft piece. It's usually used in a Technic engine or a fake engine. I have that to begin with. Those 2 pieces and these little knob ends, not quite sure what they're called. This plate with a Technic pinhole on the side. So put those on, and then that slides there. So it kind of creates this little hinging lever piece. Plate, so that will make it hinge even less. I'm beginning to wonder what it's for now. My instruction book was not cut very well. I'm having to rip some pages that are still folded and not cut. Alright. Let's not get sidetracked here. So we have quite a bit of Technic pieces left in this bag before we move on to the next bag. So I hope your Technic skills have been honed if you're going to be building this set on your own, because there is a little bit of it in here. Alright, so we have this 5 long lift arm that's going to get sticker number 7, which is this striped sticker piece. Similar to putting a sticker on a tile, you just kind of have to line it up and hope that it goes on straight. Got some 3 long friction pins. These pin joiners with a perpendicular axle hole. Couple axle / friction pin. And a Technic panel. Bring this piece over. Put a half bushing in there. 3 long lift arm, and then another one of these pieces with a now we have these 3 long friction pins, but we're going to put a spacer in there. I think these are actually called 1 long lift arms, but I like to call them friction pin spacers, because you can see it allows you to shorten that pin or put that little spacer in there. Two of these L-shaped lift arms, and then 2 friction pins. Couple bricks. This whole assembly will slide in here, just like that. Now we have a couple more pieces with the spacer, and this will slide all the way in here. Kind of lock that Technic brick in place that we just put on there. So we'll repeat that on this other side. Okay, so those are locked in, they're not going anywhere. So you can kind of see we've created this, what looks like catapult. Push down there and whatever's in there will launch out. Still haven't figured out what this is yet though. Alright, that completes bag number 3. So we are on to our 4th and final bag right now. Okay, we have everything dumped out. We're done with the minifigures, so we're pretty much just moving on to completion of this set. We'll start with a tile and a plate. Repeat that for the other side. So this is a vehicle that's more or less similar on both sides, so we're repeating a lot of steps on both sides as we go down. You can see I'm putting 2 of these plates on each side. Turn the page, and next is same stuff on each side. We have 2 slopes, 2 bricks, and another 2 bricks. Alright, we have a steering wheel. This will go right in the middle there. And we have 2 more plates. There, one there. So we have this interesting castle piece. I've never really seen this piece before. I'm wondering if it's a new mold. We have a cheese slope that we're going to put sticker number 6 on. So that goes there, and then this goes right in the middle of that large brick piece, which will then attach there. These 2 corner bricks will interlock the side walls with this large panel piece, or large rock piece, I guess you would call it. A couple 1x3 plates. Next up, brick with some brackets. We have a top bracket and a bottom bracket. You can see those 2 brackets more or less squeezed together. This brick, and we can put this tile on there. they'll fit perfectly there. So that kind of creates, looks like seat cushions or headrests for the seats. Knocking pieces off the table. It doesn't count as dropping something if I knock it off the table accidentally. If you're counting at home how many pieces I drop. They have these slotted sloped bricks. Alright. We have 4 of these wedge bricks, and they all get sticker number 2. So let's spend some time perfecting our sticker application. I will say I definitely have gotten better at putting stickers on over the last couple of years. I used to not put stickers on because I would take my sets apart and use the parts for other stuff, but I've gotten to a point where I have enough parts to where I can put the stickers on and not really worry about the decoration being on there. Plus, what I've found out also is a lot of my viewers prefer to see the stickers being put on. Not quite sure why they like to see them being put on, but they do. Alright, we have these long wedge bricks that have this little hinge portion on it. Got 2 of them, and they're both going to get sticker number 1. And the sticker is going to be centered on this somehow. And these slopes kind of have a textured finish to them. So those stickers actually tend to not want to stick on that initially. So you can actually move it around a little bit if you don't get it on straight. Unlike a smooth sloped surface or a tile, once the sticker kind of touches it, it's almost like it's on for good. Alright, so we have those both applied. And these are just going to attach, starting all the way up here at the front, line it up with the front of that plate, and then it ends down here at the sloped brick. Alright, we can turn this over. There's some plates that will help link everything together. Turn it back around, kind of give it a good push down to make sure those plates are on there nice and tight. Got these 2 doors that have the plate with a bar on them. And these attach to those little click hinge pieces that we put on that large wedge brick. And then these 2 transfluorescent orange are catapult bricks. So you can see how they shoot out when you push down on there. I'll move them to the side for now. I'm not gonna be catapulting it. Oh, actually they show the ammo in here. You store it on these jumper tiles. So this next, when I turned the page, they showed the ammo on those jumper tiles, and then they show this being folded up and over into there. See how that got folded up in there? So fold it up, fit in there, and then we close the little bay doors for that catapult. Okay, it's interesting. Next up, we have two of these round plates with a little click hinge piece on, and this silver colored arrowhead shaped brick. Those both click on right there on the front. They'll fold over like that. Next we have pyramid shaped 1x1s. These 1x1s with the clips. Kind of tedious when you're putting all these little 1x1s on. Kind of makes you want to, feels like you're going slower, but you're putting on really pieces as fast as you can. Alright, we have this little Technic assembly with some plates on it. Couple of 2 long axles with a friction pin on the end. We have sticker number 4. Go all the way across this lift arm. Now we have these pneumatic tees with axle connector on it. Quite a bit of Technic going on. I think once we have this little Technic assembly done, we've completed the Technic out of this bag. Couple 3 long axles, some spacers, click hinge pieces. I knew when I laid those wheels over there I would knock one over. Okay. So that lines up perfectly like that. Alright. This connects onto those clips that we put on there. So that's our driver's seat area. Alright, next up, two of these pieces with clips on the sides. Go ahead and put stickers on them. Get sticker number 10. There, right there. The sticker doesn't matter which way it goes on because this is a symmetrical build, so it goes that way or that way, it doesn't matter. Let's click on the front like that. Alright, next we have a long plate with 4 brackets on it. Plate with a bar. Another plate on top. Gotta sandwich those together. G-slope. Jumper tiles. Another G-slope. Now we have these trans fluorescent orange pyramid shapes. That will clip on the front. And it gets folded up under like that. So it kind of creates a spiked front piece. Alright, so our wheel is another one of these hard plastic wheels that looks like a rubber wheel because it's molded to kind of have like a rubber shape. So inside of each one of these we're going to put a stud with a trans orange dish and a pyramid piece on there. That stud, okay. I was about to say that stud's not going in very well. Stud, dish, pyramid shape. And put it in there. I have 6 of these to make. This is part of building larger sets, is there is some repetitiveness at times. This just happens to be one of those times. And I'm not going to lie, that stud is hard to get in there. This may be the hardest part of this build. Alright, 3. And I really don't know of any other way to do it, the way they're trying to put this on there. That one went on easy for some reason. And then when I try to hurry, I start to break stuff. Which is not good either. Alright, last one. This is going to be the best one, I know it. I can feel it. There we go. So each one of these we find a pin to clip it onto. It's kind of self-explanatory where they go if you've done it right. If you don't have those pins sticking there, then you might have done it wrong. You might have to go back and make sure you did everything right. I have a couple tools. They're going to get clipped up under here. One on each side. And lastly, we have some body panels to make. It's actually going to be 4 of them. Try to build them all at the same time. We have some Nexo shields that go on each one. And then I'll turn it over. Have the plate with the bar and then an anti-tile. Each one. And guess what time it is? It's last sticker time. It's actually 4 last stickers because we're putting 1 sticker on each one of these tiles. But it is the same sticker, so they number it as 1 unique sticker I'll just call it last sticker. Now, this is officially the last sticker. There we go. Throw that sticker sheet off to the side. Throw that guy on there. And these get clipped on. You can see they kind of go down and fill in those little gaps between the wheels and tires. Just like that. Alright. There is these little pieces that I just realized I forgot to put on. Go there and there. Alright. So, with that being complete, what we do is bring our tower, and this will roll right up. And that's kind of cool. These little sloped bricks actually make it go up, and then it clips on to a portion in there. And they show Axel's axe being clipped on back here when he's riding in there. And he actually does go all the way in. So it doesn't really close that thing. I guess I could sit him in there. Will he sit in there? Oh yeah, I guess he will sit. So with him sitting in there, the thing does close. He does have his shield right there on the front. And okay, it does look like that little lever piece that we built is what releases that. We have fire missiles flying everywhere. Alright, so how cool is that? We have the tower carrier. We have our little berserker figure, whatever you want to call him. We have Axle bots. We have a Ash attacker. And of course Axle is already in there. There's some ammo pieces and everything else. So, appreciate you guys watching. If you checked out both parts, you're awesome. If you fast forwarded to the end, you're not awesome. No, I'm just kidding. You're still awesome for watching, no matter what parts you watched. Make sure to hit that like button, especially if you fast forwarded to the end. You owe me one. So thanks again, and we'll see you in the next video.